This is an insider coin.
Okay.
This is a coin that we first sold last year. As you see, it was a customer pick, still is a customer pick at $149.95. The SP American Eagle is what's called the SatinFinish. It's the special coin made by the United States government. You can see it's the West Point Minute, so it's an uncirculated, but it's a special finish. It's a satin finish. It's what we call the SP. Yeah. We released this in October of last year. Sold most of them then. Sold about 3,000 coins. I like to hold about a third of the mintage because that's all I have forever. It's not like one show or one visit or whatever. Sure. So all I can ever make of this coin is 3,195. Wow. When it came out, it was just one of the SP Eagles. The government has been making these since 2006, and of the 3 different styles of American Eagle, this is the rarest. I usually hold these till about October of this year. But I got some information this week that I decided to go ahead and release. Okay. The final of our first day of issues. Ooh. And we've already sold 250 of these so far today because word has gotten out. Let me explain what that word is. Okay. Until about last week, nobody really knew this, but as you can imagine, I know folks, I know people, I know, and then combined with that, and public information that the United States Mint basically has to release if you ask them, we have determined that beyond a shadow of a doubt, this will be the rarest SP American Eagle. This will be the rarest SP American Eagle that the United States government has ever done. So from 2006, when they started making this special satin finish or burnished, almost burnished American Eagle in 2006 through 2006, this will be the rarest coin. Now, of course, I've come up with this additional information, but my price has not gone up. I still give you the red oak presentation box. Still a customer pick, but now with significant additional information. But it goes even deeper than that. In 1986, when President Ronald Reagan signed the Liberty Coin Act and created the most popularly collected silver coin in the history of the world, the American Silver Eagle, from 1986 until 2006, they only made 2 different coins. They made a mint state regular bullion coin, and then they made a proof coin that was a collector coin. And for the first several years, it was made at the San Francisco Mint, the proof coin, and then everything moved to West Point. In each and every year from then to date, the most common of those coins is the mint state coin. They make the most of those. The second most common is the proof coin. And then they started doing the SP coin in 2006. And the SP coin is the rarest of those. Right. So here's the news flash, and here's why this is important, and here's why we've sold only 260. I only have 787 left. Of all of the regular issue American mint state eagles, proof eagles, and satin finish eagles, this is the rarest coin. So now we have got a new king of the regular issue American Silver Eagle, and is this coin. And I have not, even though I have that information, and literally before today, and I started broadcasting this, like 10 people knew in the entire United States. Now everybody's going to know, and that's why we've sold so many of these. A friend of mine I was talking to between shows, and I told him about it. He says, yeah, I heard you at 2 p.m. He says, I went and found 500 and bought them and put them away. Not even the certified ones. Oh, just really? The regular, just the raw ones that haven't been certified and guaranteed to be first day of issue. Now, his can never be first day of issue.
I was just going to say, talk about that, because you actually kind of created that in the industry.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
you did create it.
I started certifying all modern issue coins. I did it first before anybody. And then we decided first day of issue was a thing, sheerly by accident. Right. It's interesting. So we have to go all the way back to the year 2000. And the United States government, when they sell an American Eagle, I'm going to go get this. They sell them in these boxes. Okay. And this is 500 coins. And this is what they come in right here. The United States Mint. There's 500 coins. This is a 2000. And they write the number. This is the number of the box. Well, we got these, and then there's a ticker tape literally inside with a, I mean like a ticker tape that someone signs that also matches the box number for it. So we had box number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right. So we said, well, that had to be from the very first day. And so we created first day of issue out of that. Exactly. And that's exactly how first day of issue started 20 years ago. Yeah. Now it's a mainstay in the industry. So this is first day of issue. So what it means now is it was basically ordered the very first day you could order the coins. Okay. And so we ordered literally thousands and thousands of coins so we can fulfill our first day of issue edition that you're going to have right here. These coins were bought, purchased, and put into that in 2017. So this is a 2017 coin. Yeah. I saved these from October 2017 till now. And so that's why I can still do first day of issue. Now, I could well go into the market after we sell through this and be able to get some more coins and grade them in state 70 and do not less than 149, but 149, 159, 169, who knows where the market's going to go with the rarest of the rare. But none of them will be first day of issue. The thing that we do with first day of issue that makes it so important and so incredible is we don't charge extra for it. So in other words, while we designate it that, it's just an additional designator of value. So you get first day of issue of the rarest regular issue Silver Eagle the United States government has ever done. You get it in absolutely perfect SP70 condition. You get it with the red oak presentation box. You get it at my original issue price. And if you'll notice, we have a little counter in here so we can kind of see what's being sold. And I see these going up 5 and 6 and 8 at a time. That is, I think, clearly dealer shopping, because when this is in essence wholesale. Because for Annex first day of issue, not a single solitary person pays less than $149.95. The problem becomes is once I sell this out, there's nobody out there that are going to be selling them at 149. That will be the base price that they do, the regular issue price. And like I said, we started the day with about 1,050 coins that were left in the edition. We are down to 720 of those coins. Now, with everybody on the phone, I think I'm probably under 500 of those coins, assuming everybody orders a single solitary coin. I cannot impress upon you enough the significance of this coin. The fact that it's the rarest regular issue American Silver Eagle. I'll give you an example. In 2016, they issued a set of American Silver Eagles called the Congratulations set. It's a nice little white set. It says Congratulations. And it has a proof American Silver Eagle in it. The United States government only made 6,700 of them. We originally sold that coin because it was the rarest Congratulations set. The United States sold that coin originally, and I think we sold it for $149 or $159. Wow. I think we are currently sold out on HSN.com at $2,000 per coin. We sold about 200 of those. I had the largest group in the United States, and I think we sold it in a single solitary show here that we've done, because all of a sudden people realize it's the rarest. Well, folks, this is the rarest. And it's not just the rarest SP coin. Of all of the mint state proof and satin finish or SP matte finished American Silver Eagles, the regular issue coins from 1986 until today, this is the rarest coin. By mintage, by sales, is exactly what you have right now. That is an opportunity that up until 5 days ago, nobody even knew that you had. It was a great coin. It was a great buy. I sold 2,000 before people knew about that. Okay, and we sold that, last time we sold this was in October. There's probably 2 shows. So now I've got the same coin, but with fantastically additional information that adds significantly to the value, collectability, and desirability of this coin. And I'm doing this now for, there's 680 left, and like I said, lots and lots of people, almost 400 sold. So what I would do is get on this very quickly.
And you know what's interesting about that too? This is one of those shows where I'm almost surprised when I say it out loud that we are not limiting quantities, because it doesn't quite make sense when I say that, especially since Mike and nobody is a better font of information or more plugged in than Mike Mezak. So we already know that it was a great value, but the whole idea is, so when the quantities that you have on this first day of issue of what you've already confirmed will be the rarest of these Silver Eagles, when this allocation is gone, your first day of issue
That's it. That's it. Now, we may continue to try to sell the coin, but it won't be first day of issue, and it's going to be this price or higher. That's an absolute guarantee. It's funny, when you said, you know, we're not limiting quantity, I try to never do this. I mean, it is America. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, but there's a lot of places that do, and I've had to do it in the past. This would be a perfect example of a coin where I may dust that off and bring it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want everybody to have the opportunity, because it is literally brand new, important information. It is important. It is information that is absolutely critical to your purchasing decision. Okay, I know I want a perfect SP Eagle. It's at West Point. It's not a regular mint state Eagle. I know that's important. I know that's valuable. I've bought these in the past. But now I know it's the rarest SP Eagle, and the SP Eagles are the rarest of all of the regular issue Eagles. So now I've got this fantastic additional information that allows me to purchase a coin that I think is absolutely, positively incredibly significant. And so now we add that into our purchasing decision. Now, like if I was an average coin dealer, I would have raised the price on this 20 or 60 or 80 or 100 or 200 or $500, which is where it may go at some point. But if I'm in these at the original issue price, you can be in these at the original issue price. And that is absolutely, positively key and crucial. Like I said, with everybody on the phone, probably only a couple of hundred of these left.
Let me just put it to you this way. I've known Mike for well over 2 decades, and